Guys, welcome back to the OVC YouTube channel. Today, Sindi is going to be telling us about her au pair experience in the Netherlands. Hi, Sindi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
Great, thank you. Can you tell us what was your reasoning for choosing OVC to do your au pair program, and why did you want to go to the Netherlands?
So I've heard about OVC via word of mouth, and a few of my friends have done OVC, but in America. And I just heard that they're a really great organization and they help you get so organized and get you over as quickly as possible. So I thought that's the best one for me. Let me go for it. And then I went onto the website and I looked at all the different options. And I've always been really interested in traveling Europe because I just think there's so many wonders. And then, I was looking, there were quite a few European options and the Netherlands just sounded the best. And I really like the history, like, Amsterdam, the Anne Frank house, the museums and everything. So my heart definitely was sold on the Netherlands. So and that's why I chose it. And I'm so happy to be here.
Okay. So where are you based in the Netherlands at the moment? And can you tell me a bit about your host family?
So I'm staying in a town called Vught, which is 5 minutes away from a city called Den Bosch, which is quite well known. And I have a host family with 3 children, a 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-year-old. And they're all so sweet, and my host parents are really lovely. They were the first family that I matched, actually. And my heart was like, it wasn't just the excitement of having my first host family. My heart was really like, this is the family for me. And they're so welcoming and they're so kind and they're really just genuine people. And I feel like I fit in here so lovely. So, yeah.
That's so sweet. So your children, your host children are all quite young still. So what does your day-to-day routine look like when you're dealing with the babies?
Yeah, so it's crazy here from morning till night. It's crazy. So the oldest one goes to school, but in these times with Corona and everything, she isn't. But usually when she does go to school in the morning, I'll drop her off or her parents will drop her. And then I'll come back and I'll spend the morning and a bit of the afternoon with the 2 youngest, just playing with them. The baby sleeps quite a bit because he's still young. So I'm mostly with the middle one. And just play, do activities, puzzles, and sing and dance, which they really like. And the girls really like arts and crafts, so we do a lot of that. And then I will fetch the oldest from school and then come back and they'll have lunch. And usually in the afternoon, the oldest is quite tired from school, so she just gets some like chill, relaxing time. And then at like about 5 o'clock, I'll start cooking. And then they'll eat like 5:30. And then, get dressed and ready for bed. And then they'll have some chill time and the parents will come home and then they'll go to bed. But it's been really different with Corona. So
yes, no, I'm sure. And how do you normally get around? So when you're with the kids, do you use the buck feast or how do you do it?
So they go by bike everywhere. Like people told me it's not going to be that much, but I've never seen so many bikes in my life, and I've never seen so much like privilege for cyclists. It's amazing. Like cyclists are so respected in this country. Like they have lanes, cars stop for them. It's so cool. You can just get everywhere on your bike. So I'll take the kids to friends, like play dates, and I'll take them to school or the speeltuin, which is the park, on the buckfeet. And then when I have my own free time and I'm going to friends or to the train station, I'll take my own bike. So I get everywhere on a bike or on the buckfeet. And the buckfeet is electric, which is really nice. So
awesome. That's really cool. And how did you feel with the language adjustment? Did you struggle with that when you first arrived in the Netherlands, or how was it for you?
Yeah, so I'm very lucky that I took Afrikaans in school. So it wasn't that hard for me to, understand and stuff. And I think when you're around it a lot, you pick up certain words. Like I learn a lot of my Dutch from the kids. Like they'll say things and they'll point to things and I'm like, okay, so that's, and then I remember like for next time, that's what it is. But in the beginning, it was so hard. I got here and I was like, what am I going to do? These kids are never to me. I was so stressed out, but you get used to it and you get the hang of it. And then of course there's also the Dutch language course, and you just, from being around Dutch, you learn a lot of Dutch. And if you do have Afrikaans knowledge, it does make it a little bit easier. Not insanely easier because Afrikaans is like a baby version of Dutch. It's not that similar, but there are some words that are similar. So yeah,
Yes.
you get the hang of it eventually. Yeah.
Okay, that's so nice. So how long have you been in the Netherlands at the moment, and have you been able to do any traveling or sightseeing since being there? What are some of the places you've been able to experience?
Yeah, so I've been in the Netherlands for almost 2 months. On the 7th of February, it's going to be 2 months that I've been here. And yeah, I've been able to do a lot of traveling, even though Corona and it is lockdown. You just wear your mask on public transport and everything. And yeah, I'm so lucky in the first week of being here, I was able to go to Amsterdam. And it was beautiful. And it's so easy because you just hop on your train and you go. The public
Yes.
transport here is amazing. So yeah, I've been able to go to Amsterdam. I've been to Breda. I've been to Den Bosch. I've been to
Okay, so quite
quite
a
a few,
few places.
quite a few cities. Yeah, and it's been so nice. This country's beautiful. So.
So have you experienced any homesickness or culture shock since being on your program, and how did you adjust or deal with that?
So in the beginning, a lot of culture shock. Like I think I was in shock for a whole month. I was just like, oh my word. And then eventually, like you sort of like flip a switch in your brain and you're like, okay, this is my life now. Let me get used to it. Let me adjust. Okay, they do things like this, and you just get used to it after a while. But in the beginning, it was so hard. Like I was just really freaked out and overwhelmed, and like,
Yes.
yeah. And homesickness, not so much. I mean, I do miss my friends
Okay.
and family, but like I'm still like in a space where I'm like, yeah, I'm really happy to like be on a new
Still in that
adventure. I think
exciting, like
the
everything's
homesickness
new.
will come. Yeah, but yeah, culture shock. You do get a lot of culture shock, but then eventually you just get used to it. You just get so used
Yes.
to Dutch ways, and you learn to adjust. Yeah.
Yes. What has been your favorite Dutch food that you've tried or that your host parents have cooked for
Oh, this is so difficult. They have so many nice foods, especially their desserts.
you? Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna say definitely oliebollen. I really like oliebollen.
Oliebollen. I've heard this so many times
Yes.
and it sounds so good.
It's delicious. It's like sort of like a donut type thing, and it's fried, kind of like vetkoek but smaller. And then they sprinkle icing sugar on it, and it's delicious. It's delicious. Yeah.
No, that sounds so good.
Yeah.
And how do you feel with the support given on programs with our partners in the Netherlands, with your monthly check-ins and all the things that are put into place to make your program run smoothly and to make sure that you're having a good time and that you're safe?
It's been great. I mean, HBN are so cool. I mean, with the corona, it's been really hard because they've wanted to host au pair meetups and then lockdown, so they had to cancel. But they recently did this like Zoom party where all the au pairs got together and we just chatted on Zoom. So HBN are really sweet. And on the group chat, you all like introduce yourselves and say, oh, and you see if like other au pairs are living close to you, and everyone will introduce themselves and say where they're staying, and it's so cool because I've been able to meet so many au pairs and make so many friends. Without HBN, I would just be lonely. So yeah, the partners on the program have been awesome, and they've been really welcoming and helpful, and yeah,
I really like that.
Yeah.
And last question before we finish off today, what advice would you give to other young ladies that are looking to sign up for a program based off what you've experienced so far?
I think number one is just go for it. It's so scary coming to a new country and traveling across the world, but it's so worth it. I mean, you're going to learn so much, you're going to explore so much, you're going to find yourself, and you get to work with kids. It's really great. I think just to go for it and don't be scared, and just come and live your best life overseas. Yeah.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Thank you so much for taking time out of your afternoon to speak to me about your experience.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's been lovely.
To everyone else that's watching, please remember to like the video and subscribe below. Thank you. Bye.